I just got my latest shipment from Dcbs, which means it's time for a new comic unboxing. And I think there's some pretty cool things in this month's shipment. Want to see what I got? Check it out. Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name's Chris, and this is Northgarden Comics. So today is my new comic book day, and what I mean by that is it's the day where I received my most recent shipment from Dcbs. That's Discount Comic Book Service. I use an online pre-order service to get most of my new books every month. And then once a month when I get that shipment, I turn on the camera, we do that unboxing together, and I do that for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, it's to be able to share the books that I got with you, to be able to show you here are the titles that I'm collecting on a regular basis right now. Maybe there's new things I started getting, one-shots that I decided to pick up, but also then I get to hear from you to hear what things you're collecting of the current titles that are out today. But then the second reason I do this is to be able to share a little bit about a pre-order service like Dcbs. I've been using them for, I think it's like 5 years now, and I've really come to love this and, you know, kind of just think of this as normal for me in the way I get my new comic books. And the biggest driver for me to use a service like this is the savings that I enjoy. That has changed a little bit with the switch from Diamond to Random House, but it's still better than anything I could get at a local shop here, even by having a pull list and things like that. And I don't know about you, but I'm on a fixed budget every month to be able to buy comics with, and that includes both new comics and back issues that I love to get. So I'm always looking for ways to stretch my dollar a little bit further, and a service like this is a great way to do that. I will say up front, I'm not connected with them in any way, and this is just one among several online services. And I watch different YouTubers out there who use different services. I know Midtown Comics, I believe, has a service. MyComicShop.com has a service, and then I use Dcbs, and there's others as well. So this is just to give you some information in case something like this is something you've been considering and exploring for your own comic collecting needs. Now, in just a minute, like I normally do, I will turn the camera around and we will go through this unboxing together. But before I do, I want to pause and say, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and giving my channel a try. If you like comic and comic related content, primarily back issue hauls, but then new comic hauls and other kind of fun comic related things that I collect and share with you, then please take just a minute and hit that subscribe button. And then for all of you as you watch, if you see something you like, give it a thumbs up. And please let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Now that we got the housekeeping out of the way, let's go ahead and get to this unboxing. All right, here's the box. It's a nice heavy duty cardboard that they use. And I gotta say, I've never, in the 5 years of using this service, never had an issue with the condition of the books when they arrive to me. So that's a plus. Now, let's see, I wanna make sure we don't give any unnecessary spoilers here. Oh, this is a little different. So I'll pause here because normally you'll see in here they have kind of that, it's like a liquid expanding foam insulator that they blow into here, and it's covered in like a gray plastic bag. And there's usually one on each end of the books to hold them in place. But it looks like, don't know if this is a temporary or permanent switch, but they've gone to a kind of a wraparound plastic bubble wrap that they've got here. It goes all the way around the edges. So we'll go ahead, so you can pull that out, and then you can see it's just a solid block of books in the middle here. And we'll go ahead and, yep, no spoilers there. So everything is bagged and boarded and then shrink wrapped together, and then they put some extra backing boards on the sides to keep it nice and rigid in shipping. And then, like I said, it's all shrink wrapped together, so it's nice and secure, like I said. So I'm gonna go ahead, take these off camera, get everything unpackaged. I'll actually go and take everything out of the bags and boards as well, because that'll cut down on glare. And then when I come back, we'll take a closer look at each of these books. All right, I've removed all of the books
from their bags and boards. But going through the stack here, I always start off with this Marvel free previews because I always add that to my order. I don't know, I've always been kind of a fan of catalogs, and whether that's toys or comics or whatever that I like, but just flipping through and be able to see and hold in hand that copy of that catalog. So all that to say, I always get a copy of the free previews, which is, like the name suggests, free. Then this month had a few other special items. This shipment included my free comic book day books. I've been eligible to select 3 different free comic book day issues. But the first one I got is the main, I guess you'd call it, Marvel free comic book day book. This was the Avengers title, and it had a backup story here featuring the Hulk, kind of previewing for the Avengers, an event that's going to be coming up to celebrate their 750th issue. And then Hulk is rebooting with a new #1. That Avengers story looks pretty cool, this multiversal event where, you know, Avengers from different universes maybe are going to come together and have to fight, what do they call themselves here? The new, Masters of Evil. So that looks like it could be pretty interesting, and there'll probably be some tie-in issues, but the event itself looks like it's taking place in the pages of the Avengers book. And then, like I said, Hulk is rebooting with a new #1. That one doesn't really interest me, though, just because I've never really followed the Hulk, unless he's, you know, in part of other team books and things like that. But that was the first one. Second one was the Spider-Man Venom. Got this because it was the other Marvel book. And then thirdly, I chose the IDW Star Wars High Republic. And it was a cool bonus. I didn't expect this, but I got a My Light bag and halfback backing board for each of those free comic book day books too. So that was pretty cool and unexpected. All right, now we get into the actual single issues that I ordered for this particular month. Leading the way here is Transformers King Grimlock #2, part of a 5-part limited series featuring fan favorite character Grimlock. I have not read issue 1 yet, and I will wait until all 5 come out, and then I will read them all at once, but I'm looking forward to that. Then we've got this Avengers 48. I went with a variant edition on this issue. This is the variant for Miles Morales' 10-year anniversary. I will say I do really like the color scheme on that cover. Then here we've got Thor ongoing title. This is the Peach Momoko variant for issue #16. And I recently have been doing some organizing or reorganizing in my personal collection and have come to really appreciate this legacy numbering that Marvel has been doing recently. Really helpful to have that legacy numbering. So if anybody from Marvel ever sees this video, keep that up. That's a very helpful thing for me and us as collectors when we're trying to organize our collections. Over here to Wolverine ongoing, #15. This is one of In-Hyuk Lee's themed variants for this couple of months, the Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Here they're calling it AAPI Heritage variant. And so I did not get all of these, but I did get the ones that corresponded to titles that I'm already collecting for the most part. So in this case, got a really cool Jubilee cover, so glad to have that. Then we go over here to one of 2 Transformers ongoing titles. This is Transformers Beast Wars that kicked off really with the 25th anniversary celebration of Beast Wars. We're up to issue 7 now. I liked the Beast Wars TV show, so glad to see this ongoing comic going for now. Another Transformers book. This is a limited series, Transformers Shattered Glass, just starting off here with issue 1. This is just the main cover, Alex Milne, one of my favorite Transformers artists of the IDW era. And the basic idea here is that it's a mirror universe. I know other franchises have done this. The most popular one that I'm aware of is in Star Trek, where they have a mirror universe and you get alternate versions of your favorite characters. And in Transformers, they're calling it Shattered Glass. And so basically, the heroic Autobots and the evil Decepticons are now switched. So Optimus Prime is the big baddie, and Megatron is the heroic leader. So don't know any more about the story than that, just that the roles are reversed. So this will be, like I said, a limited series, I think 5 issues. So looking forward to giving that a read. And again, I'll read that when the whole thing comes out. Then we've got some Cable. This is a one-shot, Cable Reloaded. I just finished catching up on reading Cable, with his last volume being a 12-issue volume focused on what they called Kid Cable. So Kid Cable from the future came back, and I won't spoil it, but Old Man Cable, for lack of a better term, was out of the picture for a little while. And so we focused on Kid Cable, but now Kid Cable has returned to his time, and Old Man Cable is back. And this is the first real kickoff story with him featured. Don't know what Marvel's going to do with him, if he's going to have a new solo title, if he's going to be part of a team or a combination. But this issue is part of the Last Annihilation story that's been running through Sword and Guardians of the Galaxy, and then I think a series of other one-shots. Here we have Non-Stop Spider-Man issue 4. The big driver for me in getting this is the series artist Chris Bachalo. I've said in multiple videos how much I like his style, and so I've wanted to get it for that reason. But I haven't read any of them yet because I'm waiting for the full story to come out. And one of the times that really pays off is when you get some delays, whether they're purposeful or unintentional, I don't know. But when you have these long stretches of time in between issues coming out, very easy to forget what happened in the previous issue. So I just wait for the story to kind of all be finished, and then I read it all at once. But this is one, like I said, that I've been pre-ordering, but I don't even remember when each of the previous issues has come out. It feels like it's been a while since 3 came out. And I did flip through this a little bit before I started filming it. And at the end here, it says the next issue coming soon. So maybe it's deliberate. I don't know when they're going to get around to issue 5, but I will look forward to reading that once it's all complete. Another X-Men title here, Marauders number 23. I've been doing a lot of X-Men catching up reading recently, and I hadn't even read the Hellfire Gala yet, and I was way behind on all the X-Men titles. So the last couple of weeks I've spent a lot of time catching up on, I think, literally dozens of issues to get current, because I knew with the X-Men flagship book relaunching and multiple issues of that out already, I really needed to catch up. So you got this variant cover here with the Stepford sisters. This was another example of a cover I did not see ahead of time. It was just listed, I think it was just called an artist variant. So you didn't see the image, and I didn't even see the artist name who was going to be doing it. But it turns out the artist on this variant is Mark Aspinall, variant cover artist. So it's a pretty cool cover. Here's another ongoing X-Men title, Hellions, another one I've recently caught up on and glad I have, and I continue to enjoy it. I really like this team of misfits that they've thrown together here, and it's got some characters that remind me of when I first started reading X Factor way back in Volume 1 with Nanny and Orphan Maker. Then you've got Wild Child, Empath, you got Psylocke here, Mr. Sinister running things, and Havoc, who I really like. But yeah, I've been enjoying this title and really liking the series artist, Steven Segovia, and that's his cover there for issue 15. Back over to IDW and Transformers. This is the main ongoing title for Transformers, up to issue number 34. This says cover B. Who is the artist on this? I'm just looking at my invoice. Margovich is what it says for the cover artist there. But this is a title, now that I've caught up on X-Men, I do have to shift gears over and catch up on Transformers, because I'm about 9 or 10 issues behind on this main ongoing. All right, then we've got an event book here that's kicking off with this #1, Dark Ages. This is an event that was actually previewed in last year's Free Comic Book Day issue, and I've been looking forward to it ever since. There was a while there where we weren't hearing anything, and I started to wonder if it was even, going to happen. But now it's happening, and I'm looking forward to it. I think series artist is, cover artist Ivan Coelho. Yeah, Ivan Coelho is doing the interior art for this, and I've really started to like him. Tom Taylor writing it. If you're not familiar with his style, I went with the Scotty Young variant. Not disappointed in that at all. Then we've got some Captain Marvel. I have not been collecting this title on a regular basis. I have some individual issues here and there with some character appearances that I wanted to get. I know, her half-sister showed up at one point, or was introduced, I should say. And Thor's daughter was introduced from some future timeline. I haven't read the full thing, but now we're getting this story, something about the last Marvel, or what's it called? The Last of the Marvels. And this is part 1 here. And yeah, so I've decided I just want to pick this up. I've heard really good things about what Kelly Thompson is doing as a writer. So I wanted to give this story a try. And then once we're done with this, then I'll see if I continue with it from there. But I'm trying to be less afraid of picking up a title for a story and then putting it down again if I don't want to continue, or if I don't like the next story. There's a part of me that always wants to be the completionist. And so if I pick it up here starting with issue 32, there's going to be that part of me that wants to go back and get the first 31 issues. But I'm trying to fight that temptation and not necessarily feel like I have to do that, but just to get the stories that I want. And if there's a story that comes along that I don't like, then leave it alone. And then pick it up again when the next good story comes along. So this is an experiment. I'm just trying to continue to grow as a collector and reader. Here we've got X-Men Legends #6. Here's an example of a book that I am dropping. I don't have anything bad or good to say about it because I haven't read them yet. But these issues are stories that are being placed into continuity during previous events. So for example, right here it says, editor's note, this story takes place between X Factor number 75 and 76 from that first volume. And the story may be fine. Like I said, I haven't read it, so I don't know that it's bad, but I don't feel like I need to get it. I've gotten these first 6 issues. I may have pre-ordered issue 7. I don't recall offhand, but I know that I'm not going to continue with it going forward. If I read these, turns out I really like them, then I'll try to piece the rest of them together as back issues down the road, but not super committed to that. There's other things I'd rather read, so I'm going to let that one go after this for now. Now we're shifting gears over to one Dark Horse book that I picked up. This is part of a 5-part limited series, Masters of the Universe Revelation. This is kind of the prelude story that leads up to the Netflix series that Kevin Smith has done. Seems a little bit odd that the series is out. Most people who are going to watch it have watched it, and issue 2 of 5 for the prelude story just came out in September. But either way, I'll wait till all 5 come out and then I'll give that a read. But I really liked this cover here for #2 with Snake Mountain in the background. And then we're right back to Marvel here with Daredevil's ongoing title, number 33. Another variant edition. This one, I forget what this one was called. Where is it here? The Natisse Marvel Games variant. Can you tell I'm not a gamer? Trying to say what that cover is. So those of you who are gamers probably know either the artist or the game this is from. I do not, but it's pretty cool looking. Daredevil is quickly winding down here, and it's going to be wrapping up, and I think there's going to be some kind of, is there going to be like an event limited series or something going on with Mayor Fisk and things like that, and then I'm sure at some point there Daredevil will get another ongoing. But for now, we're still enjoying the current volume. Here is a #1 that I picked up of a limited series, Avengers Tech on Avengers. And I'll be honest, I got this purely for the cover. I just thought that was a cool Iron Man cover. And who does the art here? Interior artist is Jeffrey Chamba Cruz. Oh, gosh, I can't even see what letters those are. Shimizu looks like the last name. So this kind of style with a different character on each cover is how they look to be doing the 5-issue limited series. I think like you get Captain America in his armor, and other Avengers. I don't know who all is going to be in it, but that was a cover buy. But I thought that looked pretty cool. Back over to another issue of Captain Marvel. This is issue 31, so it's the issue before the one we saw earlier. The biggest reason here, I knew I was going to be picking up that storyline that starts in issue 32, and this also had that kind of themed variant cover that In Hyuk Lee has been doing. So those two reasons, I went ahead to get this issue 31. But if nothing else, that's a really cool Ms. Marvel cover that he did there. Glad to have that. And then we've got Way of X, number 5. This is the final issue in this little story that's featured or focused on Nightcrawler. Pretty cool Onslaught cover there. This is one where I wish I could go back in time and see what the website looked like when I was placing my order, because I've recently learned that there was an Asian Voices variant for this book. I don't remember the character, but she's standing like with a surfboard, and I've seen people posting on Instagram and things like that, pictures of that cover, and it looks super cool. And I can't imagine I would not have ordered that had it been available to me. And so only things I can think of are either A, it wasn't there, which seems weird that it wouldn't be there, but the other option is that first, I couldn't see the cover image. They hadn't revealed that, but maybe the price on it was higher than normal. And that's the only other thing I can think of, is maybe that Asian Voices variant was higher priced and that's why I didn't get it. I don't know. But I will say this, that if I see it in a local shop in the months to come, I will definitely pick that up and then just have the variant cover as well, because just a cool piece of art. One more single issue to go. Possibly my favorite cover of the batch this month. This is an Artgerm cover, in case you don't recognize his art. This is issue number 1 of this limited series, X-Men, The Trial of Magneto. And I can say that just about any time I see an Artgerm variant, and it's decently priced, like I said before, I will choose that as my option. I did not see what this cover was going to look like until it came out and other people were posting it. So when I ordered it blind, but Artgerm's name is enough for me to order that. Love everything about this cover. It's just gorgeous with the reds, the purples, the blues. A great cover there. Happy to have that. So that's the last single issue. I do have one other book I want to show you. And if you were paying attention when I did the actual unboxing, you got a glimpse of the back cover when I was taking it out. And this is this little guy here. This is the X-Men Mighty Marvel Masterworks trade paperback. So it's a collected edition, and I've recently started to get into collected editions, but typically I go for the oversized collected editions, like the Omnibus, and I have the Transformers oversized collected editions from IDW. Love those. I love the hardcover, love the oversized. This is a little bit kind of anomalous in that sense, in that it's A, not hardcover, and B, it's not bigger. It's actually smaller than a standard comic. I hadn't seen any of these before, and they are relatively recent. I saw that Marvel was coming out with a few other ones here. Like, for example, you can see they've got Fantastic Four, which reprints the first 10 issues of that series. Here's another ad for the Amazing Spider-Man, first 10 issues there. There's been at least one or two others that may be Avengers, it may be Thor, it may be both, that they're doing this for as well and giving this kind of collected, smaller treatment. the idea here is that they're trying to target younger readers. And I don't know how successful that's going to be, but I guess I represent failure in their ability to reach younger readers, because I am far from a younger reader, and I am a collector, and so this appealed to me. I don't know how far they're going to go with these, you know, how many volumes they're going to do at 10 issues at a clip. I'm guessing it'll at least have something to do with how well they sell these early volumes, but I wanted to give this one a try. Cover price is $15.99. I think I paid $7.99 for it, so I got it at half off, and just thought it would be cool. I don't have any print copies of these early issues of X-Men, and probably never will unless they're facsimiles. I've read them, but digitally, and like I said, I just thought it would be a cool thing to pick up. I don't plan to continue with these. Yeah, just thought it would be fun to have, and hopefully my one sale will contribute to them doing more of these, and I hope they're successful. I hope they can reach some younger readers with these. The challenge, I think, though, with that is Silver Age books. Have you read these? They're I don't know. I read them out of it was a labor of love. They're very wordy, and I just don't know if kids today would be as into that. And just, I think the nature of storytelling changes over time, and how the words and the pictures work together to communicate a story may be different, or is likely different in 2020, in the 2020s than it was in the 1960s, but we'll see. So this, then, with this collected edition, wraps up all of my DCBS books that shipped in August of 2021.
All right, that's going to do it for me, and that's going to wrap up this new comic unboxing, showing you all the books that I got that came out from the month of August. But before we go, let me know, what are you collecting today? Are there any new titles that you've recently started with? Are there things that you saw here today that you're also reading and enjoying? Let me know your thoughts on any of these things down in the comments below. Now, if you're not quite ready for the YouTube fun to stop, I have hand-selected a couple videos here for you to check out. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.